Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Florina and this is Students Ask, the Teacher Answers. Here I'll answer your biggest questions about learning English, preparing for exams like IELTS and Cambridge, and just getting more confident using English in everyday life. Today's question is one I hear a lot from students. Why is English grammar so hard to master by English learners? So let's get started. English grammar can be challenging for English learners for several reasons, but I'm just going to give you a few. First of all, complexity. English has a complex grammar system with many rules, exceptions, and irregularities. This complexity can be overwhelming for learners, especially those whose native languages have simpler grammar structures. Then we have variations. English grammar varies depending on dialect, region, and context. Different English-speaking countries may have different grammar conventions, which can confuse learners. Then we have verb tenses. English has a wide range of verb tenses and aspects which can be difficult for learners to master. Understanding when to use each tense and how they relate to one another takes a lot of time and a lot of practice. Then we have word order. English word order can be tricky, especially for languages with different sentence structures. The order of subject, verb, and object can vary depending on the sentence type, adding to the complexity. And of course, we have idioms and phrasal verbs. English is rich in idiomatic expressions and phrasal verbs, which can be difficult for learners to understand and use correctly. These expressions often have figurative meanings that may not be immediately apparent. And we have pronunciation versus spelling. English pronunciation doesn't always match its spelling, which can be extremely confusing for learners. Words may be spelled similarly but pronounced differently, and vice versa. And finally, articles and prepositions. English articles, and the, prepositions in, on, at, and so on, can be challenging for learners to use correctly, as their usage often depends on context and can be nuanced. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped answer your question and gave you some tips to try in your English practice. If you have more questions, drop them in the comments because I'd really love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Keep practicing and see you next time on Students Ask, the Teacher Answers.